Welcome to Sean's movie TV show rankings channel. They're reviewing An American Werewolf in London from 1981, so I hope you enjoyed the video. American Werewolf in London 1981 was directed and written by John Landis, produced by George Folsey Jr., cinematographed by Robert Painter, read by Malcolm Campbell, music by Elmer Burstyn. You have David Norton as David Kessler, Jenny Agutter as Alex Price, and Griffin Dunn as Jack Goodman. An American Werewolf in London. Generally called the best werewolf movie of all time. I'd probably agree with that, to be honest. I can't think of one I've seen that's better, so if de facto. It is the best werewolf movie of all time, no doubt, no question. I would say it's a perfect movie. There is definitely one major negative, which I'll get to when I get to the negatives, but overall, there's not really too much wrong with it, I will say that, so yeah. I would say I have seen a lot of werewolf movies, particularly in the last year. There's a channel I follow called Horror Syndicate. I mentioned it several times before I revamped the channel. You get the picture. There's a channel I follow called Horror Syndicate. If you just type it in, the Horror Syndicate in YouTube, you'll find them. They do mainly live streams where they talk all things horror movies, series, movies, all that. Good fellas. Who do you have? You have Ray, Nate, and Seth. They're the three main fellas in the channel. All good fellas and director channel for many years. Good fellas, good channel. Give them a check out. So, yeah. One of the fellas over there is Seth. He's quite a werewolf. Quite a werewolf movie fan. And not every week, but most weeks he does a show called Werewolf Weekly where he talks about werewolf movies. And me, I guess I'm a man of my word. I said I'd watch every werewolf movie put on a list on the website, and I have, to be fair. So, yeah, I know the talk when it comes to werewolf movies anyway, so just thought I'd throw that in there, so yeah. But anyway, back to American Werewolf in London. It follows these two fellas, David and Jack, who are backpacking across northern England, I think. So I think Yorkshire, something like that, somewhere around northern, somewhere around that part of the area. They're both from, from America, anyway. They're backpacking across across northern England. One night to come across this pub, just have a few refreshments, have a rest. When they leave the pub, they are attacked by a werewolf. Initially, just thinks it's an animal, but turns out to be a werewolf. Jack is killed, but David survives. He's badly wounded, but then he's killed. He's badly wounded, but he survives, and he ends up he's brought from wherever the word to London. So he thinks his nightmare's over. Okay, Jack has been killed tragically, but he thinks his nightmare's over. But he finds out the nightmare has only begun, because now he is a werewolf. Now, so a werewolf is every full moon or so you turn into a werewolf. So since he's now in London, whenever it comes a full moon, he starts turning into a werewolf, and he starts killing people. Of course, the whole thing with werewolves is when someone turns into a werewolf, generally in movies, they're unaware what they're doing. It's someone else basically takes over your body. So, yeah, he starts killing people. He's not really him, it's someone else, the werewolf. So, yeah. Movie's basically just him kind of dealing with being a monster now. He doesn't want to be the monster, but now he is. So, it's more or less fun. And American Werewolf in London, I quite enjoy this movie. I think all the cast as well. I think is it Griffin Dunn plays David Kessler, I think? No, David Norton plays. David Norton plays David Kessler. Griffin Dunn plays Jack Goodman. David Norton is well in the role. I like him. Just a normal fella. You can tell you doesn't want to hurt anyone, but sadly he's a werewolf now. So, yeah. Werewolves for me, or werewolf movies, have always for me been a commentary on mental illness. It's all about mental illnesses, or if you ever look at it, say someone has an insanity defense in court, bear with me for a second. Insanity defense can't be successful if the basis of an insanity defense is, were you aware of your actions at the time of the offence? And if the question, because some people do bad things, but they're not aware of their actions at the time of the offence, maybe they have something like schizophrenia or something like that, or they're delusional, they're not aware of what they're doing. Rarely, but that does happen. So that's basically what a werewolf is. Someone else takes over the body, the host body, the person, David in this case, is killing people, but he's unaware of his actions at the time of the offense. So for me, werewolf movies have always been a commentary about mental illness or stuff like that. So yeah, I do appreciate that. That has it here. That has it here too. So yeah, it's not a bad bloke by any means. It's just kind of unfortunately bitten by a werewolf, and now he's doing all that. So yeah, I enjoy him. He's quite good. He has good chemistry with his Johnny Agata's character, Alex, I think it is. That's the nurse he meets in London. They have a good relationship. You can tell they're happy. And she's kind of caught in a catch-22. She loves David, but as soon as she finds out he's a monster, why she do? She loves this man, but he's a monster too. So she kind of got caught between a rock and a hard place too. So yeah, I like all that kind of the whole conflict there. Power of love, I guess. So yeah, I like all that. So yeah, it's pretty good. You get some good werewolf carnage candy in here too. I like it being set in London. I've been to London, so particularly London City, so it gives its own vibe. You see, like stuff like London landmarks or the underground or the London subway system. So I like all that. It gives its own vibe. So yeah, it's all very good. The werewolf transformation is quite good, like this before CGI or anything like that. So it's all practical effects. It's fantastic. I think it was actually the first horror movie to win anything, to win the award for best effects or something like that. I think I'm correct on that. Might be wrong, but I think so anyway. But they deserve it because the werewolf effects in this are fantastic. It's often said this movie has the best werewolf transformation ever. Now, I've not seen it for werewolf transformation. I've seen a werewolf movie, even though I've seen a lot. But the werewolf effect, the transformation effects are very good here. I'll say that. So yeah, the best I've seen. So yeah, that's all good too. So yeah, I also like Griffin Dunn as Jack. Now he is killed early in the movie, but his ghost he comes back as a ghost throughout the movie, kind of advising David, knowing he's a werewolf. So yeah, he's good too. Now that does go into my main negative movie, but I do think he does good too. So the cast is all well. So yeah, not really much I negative about this movie. My one negative of the movie is, although I understand what they were going for here, is like I said, Griffin Dunn's character of Jack was killed at the start of the movie. He comes back to David Kessler in the movie. David, also the actor. He comes back to him and he's telling him throughout the movie to kill himself. And the main reason for that is he knows he's a werewolf. He's going to hurt people, so he should sacrifice his own life to save others. Again, sacrifice is when you give up something valuable to help others. What's the ultimate sacrifice? Giving up your life. So yeah, I get what they're going there for, but the whole thing of someone telling someone else to kill themselves, the whole movie does feel fairly icky to me. It feels, I don't like it, and it adds a lot in the movie. So that's my one major negative. I get what they were going for, but it's just a bit icky. Maybe the phrase is better. I maybe would have liked it, but it's just a bit icky to me. So yeah, that's my one major negative. Other than that, American Werewolf in London 1981 is a great movie. It's a horror classic. I would say, as people call this a horror comedy, there is comedic elements in it, but it's very much a straightforward horror movie. Horror is very much front and center. The comedy is just kind of a side thing. So I think it's unfair maybe to call this movie a horror comedy. I don't understand why. I think it's more of a horror movie than a comedy movie. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But either way, great movie. It's a 4.5. Any negative half is that I just said. So yeah, but other than that, American Werewolf from London 1981, great movie. Anyway, American Werewolf from London 1981. Thank you. Bye.